Hey guys, what's up? In today's video, we are going to discuss reverse dieting and what that is. So if you have hit a weight loss stall or plateau, despite doing everything right, or you finally hit your goal weight and are wondering, well, now what? Now, how do I go about maintaining my weight without gaining weight? This is the video for you. Hi, I'm Jules. I've lost over 50 pounds with a GLP-1 like Ozempic, Wegovy, Mounjaro, Zepbound. In fact, I've used them all. I started in September of 2022. I hit my goal weight May of 2023. I've been maintaining 50 plus pound loss for over 2 years now. And I've personally implemented reverse dieting. And when I came across this and did all the research and started doing all the things and also making mistakes along the way, it was like an aha moment. It is the thing that if you hit your goal weight or when you hit your goal weight, you absolutely are going to want to implement this. So first off, I'm going to go through what exactly is reverse dieting, how to know when you should start using it, what to do, what are all the mechanisms, and we're going to go through all of that so you know exactly what you need to do without putting on body weight, which is always the dreaded thing that we want to avoid, especially when we hit goal weight or we want to break ourselves out of a stall or plateau. Okay, number one, what is reverse dieting? It's basically a strategic way to increase your calories without gaining weight. So for example, you hit a stall or plateau. Your calories are low, you can't drop them anymore, you've pulled all the triggers, you're doing all the right things, and you're just stuck there. You've been in a calorie deficit now for 3-4 plus months, and you just can't get that scale to move. This could be a mechanism to help the scale to move. So let's say, for example, you're losing weight, you hit a stall, and your calories are at 1,200 calories, just to throw out a number. You're not going to lower them anymore because it's just too low and you'll be starving. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to reverse diet up for a week or two. Now, what that means is you slowly, incrementally will increase your calories, get to a little bit of a higher threshold. What you're going to maintain your weight, and then you can drop your calories again, and voila, you start losing weight again. Case number two would be you hit your goal weight, you're there, and now you need to reverse out of that, meaning you don't want to be in a calorie deficit anymore because you don't want to lose any more weight. You also want to make sure that you're eating more calories because that's going to help overall your energy levels, your sleep, etc. So let's say you hit your goal weight and you're eating 1,200 calories. Let's say, for example, you started your weight loss journey eating 2,000 calories. You ended your weight loss journey eating 1,200 calories. Does that mean you go up to 2,000? No, it does not. If you do that, if you go up to your original level of what you were eating, you will gain weight because your body's smaller now. So it's become more efficient, which means that your new maintenance level is below that 2,000. It's now a matter of finding what is your new maintenance level. Generally, the rule of thumb with most people, you can generally go up 150, 200, 250 calories. So somewhere in that 150 to 250 calories, you should be able to go up from where you ended and be able to maintain. But it is very individualized, which means it will be based on your height, your weight, your body composition, how much muscle mass you have on you. The more muscle you have, the more you can eat, the less efficient actually your body is, because the more muscle you have, it just burns more. Your metabolism burns higher. It will depend on your activity level. If you're really, really active, you're going to burn more calories and therefore you can eat more without gaining weight. So those are all things that matter. Sleep obviously matters as well. Stress levels, all those things kind of factor in. If you've hit a stall or plateau, it's kind of the same concept. The difference being you still have body weight to lose, but you want to get yourself out of that stall. So again, the whole point is to be able to increase your calories without gaining body weight, but elevate your calories, which will elevate your metabolism. Because what happens when you diet, when you're in a caloric deficit, you have what's called metabolic adaptation. Your metabolism lowers to meet where you're at that point. And when you're eating really low calories, which often happens, when you're on a GLP-1, your appetite goes down, your energy level goes down as well. So some of the signs to look out for to know that this is the right time to start a reverse diet. Let's say you still have body weight to lose and you're just feeling tired, you're fatigued, maybe your appetite is even gone, you're hungrier, your sleep is crap, you're just not sleeping well. Maybe if you're going to the gym and lifting, maybe your lifts aren't that good, you're just not feeling as energized or even as strong. Well, that could be a sign that your body needs more calories. It just needs replenishment. Sometimes your brain just needs a break from being in that calorie deficit. It doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. You've been doing the right things for so long that your body's just tired and it's just calling out for more food. And if you give yourself that opportunity to increase your calories, and I'm going to go through the mechanisms in a little bit, then your energy level will increase, your sleep should get better, your lifts should get better in the gym, you're going to just have more energy during the day. What happens when you're just feeling tired and fatigued and your calories are low, your body is going to want to conserve energy, which means it's going to shut it down a little bit more. You're just not going to move as much. And then you start refeeding yourself, and then all of a sudden you're going to have more energy. You're going to want to move around a lot more. You're going to be doing that unconscious movement, and that's also going to help elevate calories, whether you want to break out of a stall or you've hit your goal weight and are now increasing your calories. Okay, so how do you do a reverse diet? What are the mechanisms? What are the steps involved? Let's say, for example, you hit your goal weight and your calorie deficit when you ended your weight loss journey is 1,200 calories. I'll take me for an example. When I hit my goal weight, I was eating between 1,000 and 1,200 calories. I know that's not much, but again, keep in mind, I'm only 5'1". If you're taller, of course you're gonna be able to eat more. Us shorties really don't have a lot of flexibility with calories, unfortunately. So I ended around 1,000 to 1,200. I was feeling hungry, even on the GLP-1. And I had maxed out at 15 milligrams of Zepbound, but I was hungry. I was feeling a little bit tired. Sleep wasn't great. And I hit my goal weight and I'm like, all right, I know I have to increase my calories. I did a lot of research into this. So what I did and what I recommend is to increase calories, be somewhere between 50 and 150 a day. So if I was eating, say, 1,200 calories, I would then bump it to 1,250 or 1,300. I don't think I ever actually did 50. If you want to be super, super careful, then you can do 50. I think I was like, all right, let me just go to 1,300. And I just kind of did 1,300 and then I went 1,350, 1,400. So what I did was I increased it by about 100 calories per week. So that means if I was eating about 1,200 calories per day, every single day, now I'm at 1,300 every single day. And I did that for a week or two. And then I would bump it up again. Now the whole point is to not put body fat on. The scale may go up. Why? Because now you're eating more food. So you might just have food weight in you. You probably will have extra food in you. So if the scale goes up, it's from extra food in you. Also, if you're eating more carbohydrates, and that is what I recommend, that extra calories come from carbohydrates. Keep in mind, every gram of carbohydrates attracts 3 grams of water, which it puts it into your muscle. So that's added glycogen that's in your muscle. It kind of puffs up your muscle. It is not fluid retention. It is not bloat. This is natural, it's normal, and it's healthy for you. So just keep that in mind. If the scale goes up, 2-3 pounds, it's not a big deal. You have not put on body fat. And that's what you have to remind yourself when you step on the scale, so you don't freak out. And that is what I would remind myself as well. I would step on the scale and my initial thought was, oh my God, the scale went up. And I reminded myself, I would literally talk myself off the cliff and say, there's no way you put on body fat because you've literally only increased your calories by 100 a day, which translates into like 700 a week. In order to put on a pound of body fat, you would have to overconsume, which is beyond what you're currently eating, by 3,500 calories in a week to put on a pound of body fat. So if you're getting on the scale, really literally talk to yourself so that you can rationalize what that number is, because we're so used to seeing the scale continue to go down, and it's so easy to freak out when it goes up. So keep that in mind. So you're going to want to continue to track your food because this is going to give you the numbers. Without the data, without the tracking, you have no idea what you're eating. If you're not tracking, it's way too easy to be eating 300 or 500 calories extra in a day, especially if it's calorie dense food like a peanut butter, cheese. I know in the past, if I ate that, if you're not weighing that, it's way too easy to the calories just go straight up there. So the best thing to do, and what I have done, is to take the same foods that you currently eat and you're just going to increase a little bit. So for example, if I was having half a cup of rice, well, now I'm having a cup of rice, a cup and a half of rice. Maybe I added in a cup of oatmeal in the morning. So it's not a lot, but you're gonna wanna add it in as your carbohydrates. Your protein should be staying consistent. So for example, if your goal body weight, or you've hit your goal body weight, and let's say it's 130 pounds, 130 grams of protein is your target for the day while you're losing weight, and again, while you're maintaining. So that should stay consistent. The fats you're getting, that will come from the proteins for the most part. So really what you're going to be manipulating are your carbohydrates. And again, you don't want to get crazy into the carbohydrates. It's really easy because you will put on body fat. But if you're precise and you track and you write everything down in your free MyFitnessPal app or whatever you're using, it becomes really, really easy to manage that weight maintenance. And you're going to want to slowly increase until you find your maintenance, which means, let's say, I'll use myself as an example. I ended at 1,200. I increased by 100 calories per week or two. It took me about 2 months to get to my new maintenance and find out where that was. And then if you put on any extra, sometimes water or food weight, that sometimes drops back down again. So I ended my at 1,200, and I was able to increase my calories up to a maintenance level of about 1,500 to 1,600. Now there are some days when I eat 2,000 calories, but then there's still some days when I eat 1,200. So over the course of a week, it does average out for me around that 1,500 to 1,600. Everyone's going to be different. You need to find what works for you. If you're looking to do this to break a stall or plateau, a week or two is probably all you need. Really depends on how much more weight you have to lose. But you're gonna have to be patient because that's the hardest part. That was the hardest part for me. I did use it to break stalls, and knowing that I wasn't gonna lose weight for a week or two, that's hard mentally. But if you're in a stall, you're not losing weight anyway. So using reverse dieting to break out of that diet mentality, especially after hitting goal weight, is instrumental. So what to expect when you start to increase your calories? How are you gonna feel? Well, first of all, you should start feeling more energy. So you're going to just feel more awake. You're gonna wanna move a lot more. Your what's called your NEAT activities is probably gonna go up. That is your non-exercise activity thermogenesis. That's what it stands for. That's when you are like just kind of twiddling, you know, your fingers, you're tapping your foot, you got, you know, you're just antsy and you just want to move and you just don't want to sit, because when you're really tired, you just don't want to do anything. Your body sort of shuts it down. You start eating more, you get more food in you, and all of a sudden this unconscious activity level starts to go up and you burn a lot more calories that way. Your metabolism goes up and now you're just burning more calories. Your sleep should be better. The quality of your sleep should be better. Your workouts will improve. You're going to feel stronger in the gym. Maybe you're going to take more steps, ride your bike, whatever it is you're doing, you're going to just want to do more of that. You may be able to increase your weight when you're lifting. If there's any inflammation, I know with GLP-1s that really helps with the inflammation, but sometimes when your body's stressed from dieting, you can also get inflammation. That should come down as well. And just overall, you're going to feel better and your digestion can actually get a lot better as well. And when all of these kind of just go into the mix, overall, you're going to feel better. And sometimes people even drop weight when this happens just because your stress levels are lower. But again, the whole goal is to be able to bring calories up, bring your energy level up, feel better, and not put on body weight. So think about reverse dieting. It's not a hack. It's kind of a necessity, because you have to have a plan when you hit your goal weight. You need to have a plan if you hit a stall or plateau and you've been in that stall or plateau for longer than a month and you've really tried to troubleshoot everything and like nothing's working. So you need to put a plan into place as to what are you going to do. And especially when you hit goal weight, how do you come out of it? Where do you go with it? This is exactly what you need to do, because you're not going to stay in that calorie deficit. You're going to want to increase it. But the fear is that you're going to put the weight back on because, gee, that's what's happened in the past, right? But I think part of that was maybe we just went back to our original maintenance calories that we started out from, or we just did it too quickly. We ate too much too quickly. You know, with the GLP-1, changing our habits, changing our behaviors, the fact that we are eating better, we're prioritizing protein, we are moving more, all of those things still matter, and we're going to still continue to do that. But now we're going to just slowly, methodically, with precision, increase the calories, document it, write it down so that you don't get afraid you're going to put weight on. You're going to monitor how you're feeling so that you know your energy level is also coming up as well. And you're just going to feel amazing and more in control of exactly what is happening, especially if you're on a GLP-1. So drop a comment if you are at your weight loss goal or you're trying to get out of a stall or plateau. Have you tried reverse dieting before? Is this a new concept for you? What are your thoughts? I would love to hear from you. If you enjoyed this video, I would love for you to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell button so you always know when the next video is coming. If you're interested in more support and community, I do have a private Facebook group. Would love to have you there as well. And I will see you in my next video. Stay strong.